Hey Jake, your resident content cowboy here. Yeehaw. My buddy Mr. Christopher Heroes, not his correct name, just released this video. Is this the end for Pokemon Unite? And I'm on stream and everyone's asking, is Pokemon Unite dying? I'm going to watch this video and give some of my takes. I don't think Chris and I are going to disagree on much. We talk a lot about what's going on with the game. I think we'll probably have a lot of the same opinions, but I would love to hear his thoughts. Let's do it.
I really hate making videos like this about the
He really hates making videos like this. It feels loud, right? He's screaming at me. I told him to stop.
last, I don't know, like 2 months or 3 months. Probably have been the worst one I've had in Unite for quite a long time. Even worse than during the Mewtwo Y meta. Because during the Mewtwo Y meta, my content at least was doing quite well. And I had a lot of people watching my content, but...
So yeah, what he's talking about, like from a game perspective, like from a content making perspective, Mewtwo Y meta was actually great for content. It sucked to play. It's weird because the meta is so much better now. It's so much better. It's not even close to as bad as it was. But lots of people were playing with Mewtwo Y. It was huge for the game. And yeah, it was like content wise, it was really good.
Now, the game quality, I feel like, is at its lowest state ever. And also for another reason I don't like making these videos is because I don't want more people to get scared away from playing Unite. Like, the game is still super fun, it has so much potential, and of course my livelihood, right, depends on all of you playing Unite and watching my videos. And right now the issue is that the game quality is at its lowest point I feel like it has ever been. I never even had this low of a win rate, but man, playing ranked right now is absolutely painful.
It's interesting. I don't think the game. I think there are a few things that are like, there are a few like competing thoughts here. I think the meta is better, and I don't agree that the games are as bad as they were during Mewtwo Y. I don't think so. During Mewtwo Y and a little bit of Zacian, I actually thought that was a pretty miserable time to play the game. Like the height of that, where it was just because you couldn't even ban like the cheesy things. And I do think, given that we had more players, we probably had slightly more balanced games. But I actually think the game quality was worse during Mewtwo, like quite a bit worse. But for different reasons. So there are things that are worse now, and it's just because less people are playing. And there are things that are worse then, and it's because literally every game came down to who could hold the A button better, and that's not fun at all.
And then combined, my viewership is just at its lowest it has ever been. Maybe because I'm sometimes a bit more negative, but it's very difficult right now to be positive and make, like, you know, I don't know, cheerful content or something when the game is going like this. And I really thought when Draft came out for this game, it would be very healthy and a lot of people would going to continue playing Unite, especially with Draft, because it was always very hyped for... I'm not sure if it actually hurt the player base that we have Draft.
I think it absolutely hurt the player base. I talked about this a lot. That guys, like when I was talking about Draft coming to the game, I talked about this a lot. Draft absolutely hurt the player base. It did. It's you've got a lot of players who literally will boot up the game. Dude, does anyone even use that term anymore? They'll freaking boot it up, dude. You'll have a lot of players who will open the game, and like if they can't play their Pokemon that they want to play, even if they're just like some cheesy player who literally will only play the most broken thing, they're like, I keep getting my broken thing banned out, I don't want to play anymore. And I do think it's going to hurt the game. And a lot of people have talked about this. This is a very real concern. You are drafting for a long time into a 10-minute game. Like, you're spending a lot of time prepping for a short game. It is a bit of a problem, right? What does boot up the game mean? It just means open the game. I'm just like, it just means open it.
Draft now, but I personally still enjoy it a lot, and I hope to see some improvements to it. What I really think that...
Totally agree. Draft is healthy for the game, but it would have been way healthier like 2 years ago.
Big issue right now of Unite is that we don't get enough content. There is straight up not enough content being added to the game to keep players engaged.
This is what I was talking about right before I even put his video on, because I know we're going to say the same thing. It's a live service game. They live and die based on updates and things, there have been so many times throughout the history of Pokemon Unite, inside Pokemon Unite, where people have talked about Pokemon Unite dying, and they have been wrong every single time because the game was consistently updating with new content, bringing in new players, whether we liked the meta, didn't like the meta, losing players, gaining new players. We had a lot of new stuff coming to the game. For since Gyarados, we have had like the biggest content drought that the game has had. We went from Gyarados into I'm going to be getting part of this wrong probably, but forgive me, but you know what I mean. We went from Gyarados into Miraidon. So you've got a dumb EX Pokemon that was annoying. Pokemon was actually cool and the design was cool, but it was EX and broken, of course. Then you go into a huge drought until Phalanx. You've got this massive lull. Then you've got another lull before Ceruledge, and then we have another lull before, or actually it won't be that big of a lull before Ho. It'll be like a month. But this is a problem because you need a live service game to be updated. It has to be updated. And coming from the chat, I'm sure they're working on the Chinese release, right?
We get like a very mediocre balance patch every single month, right? That barely changes anything. We get buffs to like submission damage. Okay, now they made Tyranitar the most broken thing in the game, and for some reason they also buffed Dive Crimorant. But their balance patches are just so bad. There's no other word for it. The balance patches are absolutely terrible. They sometimes barely, either they make something super OP or they change absolutely nothing.
Yeah, this is like what I talked about with my buff placebo video, especially like given how little some of the changes are. Sometimes like they'll touch something with a feather right now, and yeah, other times they'll break it. They haven't been breaking things in a while. Tyranitar is like the first thing in a while that shot up to the top from a balance patch. Their balance patches have been very chill.
Right now, though, thanks to having Drift, Tyranitar can be banned, which is quite nice. This is always why I thought, having Drift, or at least having bans in Ranked, would be so important to have, to actually be able to ban out, Timmy in case they overbuff something. You always have this, emergency button to just be like, Tyranitar's broken now. It's just going to be permabanned in Ranked until it's nerfed, which is, I think, totally fine of a solution for it.
I totally agree. This is like, I was just talking about this earlier, man. If we had this during the Mewtwo and Zacian meta, it would be so much better.
But we just don't have enough content. We also getting currently, the release schedule is like 2 Pokemon or 1 Pokemon every 2 months, right? It has slowed down a lot. We are now almost in June and we only have 3 Pokemon compared to like, I don't know, last year or the first year, of course. Of course, it's going to slow down eventually. But right now, I feel like the gaps between releases and balance patches are just way too long to keep people interested in the game. They have not changed. Let's just talk about all the things they haven't changed in a while, right? The rank system. The rank system is the same for so long now, without any changes except for draft mode. Okay, draft mode is a big change to it, but nothing to matchmaking, nothing to maybe changing ultra veteran master change.
He's not wrong. He's right in what he's saying, but I don't think these changes are very relevant to the game. Here's the problem. You can make huge changes to the matchmaking of the game when you have a huge player base. Like, I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna change veteran. There just aren't enough players. That's the reason they've funneled them all into this mode. Like, there are worldwide. Here's the problem. The game is big-ish worldwide, right? So it's hard to like match players together more accurately with such a large player base that's spread out. It's like, I don't know how you would do it.
Something around there, making more rewards again for rank to keep people engaged. Right now we just get like a sticker, maybe make a skin again, right, to keep people interested in playing. Make the ladder different, because again, if you play solo queue, right, there's no ladder we can compete in. Like, I can never be on a high ranked. I can never look for something forward to like try to achieve, because it's impossible in solo queue. It is straight up impossible in solo queue to be at the world, top leaderboards. That's something I grinded in other games for, right? My old game, Heroes of the Storm, one of my biggest challenges was always getting rank 1, which
This is all correct. It's just, it doesn't have anything to do with the game doing well at its current state, but this is correct.
Got a lot of times, and it was super fun. Trying to grind for it. And you have like a goal, right? You have like a goal in Unite, you get Master with a negative win rate, and then there's like no goal to achieve. The emblem system. We have not had an update to the emblem system for almost a year now.
This is it. Like over and over again, these are the big things. New content. There's no new, where are the new emblems?
I
Where are the
remember
new
last
items?
year I posted the new Ho-Oh emblem build, right? 6 brown, 6 white was funny possible. Since then, we have received nothing. Nothing to the emblem system. I'm currently sitting on 2,000 emblems that I can roll for. 2,000.
2,000? 2,000, dude? What a noob. 2,677. Get your emblem game up, Chris.
Because I'm waiting. I've been waiting this long for them to release new emblems. Or like a change to the emblem system, right? I feel like the emblem system has so much potential to be so fun, yet they do nothing with it, right? Like they could make it a crafting system where you can disenchant golden ones into and you know, craft bronze ones so you can get the ones you're missing. I think they should completely remove the negative effects it has, so the emblem system is also more fun, because I think the negative things just make no sense whatsoever. I think it's a complete just like nonsense to put negative things onto.
This is like, it's a he's not wrong about this either. Like, it's a tangent. This isn't like what you could do with the emblem system. Yeah, you could do a lot of cool things.
The emblems, just make them all do something, and then maybe have like cool things as well. Let's imagine there's like a bonus for having like 7 black ones. It's actually like, I don't know, your abilities do like this now or something as well on top of it. If anyone plays League of Legends, kind of maybe like a rune there, you know, where you get like a special cool effect that would allow so many more builds to maybe be played, so much more strategy to be done. This game is right here. This was one of, I actually wanted to make a video about this game right here that I played on why draft might have not been a success, because people just don't care. They just pick whatever they want.
Yeah, I've talked about this a lot. This is like what I was talking about in like, we're not ready for draft, that video. It's just like people, you get it, so many people who don't care. Like literally you'll be starting to draft a good team and then your last 2 picks are like, Decidueye, Cinderace, we don't care.
Right, actually the goal of this video was first, you know, talk about draft a bit. I was curious if you guys think that maybe draft killed Unite, which I don't think it did, but maybe Unite got killed by draft. Let me know in the comments if you...
I do think draft has not been positive for the game. Like, for the player base. I don't think it's been positive for the player base. It's unfortunate. They probably should have implemented it way earlier, but I do think it's hurt the player base for sure.
I think maybe that's the case. But yeah, like make something cool with the emblem system. Buff and rework more held items, right? We also have not gotten a held item in a long time. I don't know if we got any one this year. We had Charging Charm, right? But was that last year already? Like, I already forgot. I think we got no held item this year. Because I remember making a lot of Charging Charm videos at the end of last year, maybe. I need to check again. But
yeah, from the chat, also, why are the worst players banning? It's true. Yeah. There are just so many issues with it. There's no good tutorial. You're getting matched with players who don't care. Like, it's a mess.
Why are they not balancing held items more? Right? Just balance held items more. And just do something with the emblem system. Make a new map. Change the map a tiny bit. Maybe...
Totally agree. New.
Make different objectives and stuff. The Reggies, we have something else now.
Yes.
And it does different things.
Yeah.
They have to be more creative. We need more content.
Yes.
Right now, I think...
That's it. I mean, that's it. Like, that's it right there. This is the entirety of it.
They have to be more creative. We need more content.
We need more content. It's a live service game. Period. Like... Draft hurt the game. There aren't enough, like, whatever. You could go through the list forever. Matchmaking isn't good. Sure, all that. You need content. Exciting content.
Right now, I think they're just completely ignoring us because they just want to get this game done in China. Which
Yes.
I don't know what's happening in China. I don't know why the version of in China is not out yet. They're working on it. I'm pretty sure that's why we get nothing, because all their resources go into the Chinese version, which makes sense, right? China is such a big mobile market that Timmy, of course, they have... In case you don't know, Timmy Studios actually has the biggest mobile game in China, which is Honor of Kings, or one of the biggest one, made by Timmy Studios. So, of course, they know the Chinese market is absolutely massive. So they do want to make sure that Unite gets out there.
That was so sad. Chris was trying to let Tyranitar in right there and then get a big overcap.
And
just
it does
didn't happen.
Well on it, right?
That's
of course they
tragic.
want to.
Oh, that was tragic.
Makes a lot of sense. But why don't they just tell us something more then? Like a road plan, a roadmap.
Roadmap, great. Yeah.
Trying to get this done. And once the Chinese version is out or something, we're going to relocate more stuff again. Because right now it feels like we just so neglected. There's no communication, literally no nothing. Like we get nothing. It's actually pathetic. There's no communication, mediocre balance patches, a Pokemon every 2 months, no changes to anything, no held items, nothing to emblems, and people are just getting bored. You know?
Yes.
People are getting absolutely bored. Like the last time I had this bad viewership on my YouTube channel was in July 2022 before Thea Sky Runes came out. That was the last time that my YouTube viewership was at this point. So I'm still super grateful for anyone who watches my videos right now. I
He's not. He's lying.
do fully understand if you don't want to watch Unite currently.
Do not believe him here. He's a liar.
With what state it's in. I totally get it. Of course it's sad because, my livelihood does depend on it. So if you guys still want to support me, make sure you check out my DSC channel where I upload funny
Don't even start.
games. Make sure you check out my live stream at Chris Heroes Live. I also live stream on YouTube now, and
I can't believe this whole video was an ad. Disgusting. An ad disguised as a video.
I'm probably
Disgusting.
going down with the ship, right? Like, I'm here for the long run. If Unite goes down, I'm going down. That's pretty much going to be it. Of course, I'm going to try maybe Honor of Kings or something as soon as it comes out, another Timmy game. But I'm still here until it's not worth it anymore. Because, I mean, that's just how content creation works. It's very difficult to change games. So I hope that anyone who still wants to watch Unite, I hope I can keep you entertained and still make you enjoy Unite or make you enjoy my videos. I'm trying very hard to make good content. I'm currently uploading. I'm uploading 6. I up from 3 to 6 videos a day. And now I have less viewership than before. This just showcases how difficult it is right now for Unite. Or in general to make content for.
6 videos a day is a lot. That's a lot of content.
I upped from 3 to 6 videos with my DSC channel a day. And combined, I have less viewership now than just 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Which is just, like, I never expected this to happen. Of course, I knew that if Timmy doesn't do a lot, people are going to lose interest. But I never expected it to go down to this level. So let me know in the comments what you think about Unite right now. Do you still believe in it? I just hope that the anniversary does something, maybe a new map, maybe some changes. We know we get Ho-Oh. But yeah, guys, I'm pretty sad currently.
Yeah.
Pretty sad. And still trying my best. But if my mood is bad in videos or something, just know that I'm currently not very happy with the state of this game and with the state of my job, which of course is, making Unite content. Still very grateful that I get to, play a game for a living. So thanks to everyone.
From the chat, if Chris leaves the game, it'll die. Well, I mean, look, I love Chris. Chris has no effect on the game living or dying. Same thing with me. I make popular Unite content. I have no effect on the game living or dying. Neither of us do. Yeah, I'll finish this. And we'll give a couple thoughts.
I never want to sound ungrateful, because to be in this position,
He is ungrateful.
in the first place, to even stream one game or like make content for one game for a living is already quite nice. So yeah, let me know in the comments, guys. I hope you still enjoyed this video. And looking at Toronto being OP right here, defending the goal. We still won this game. I don't know if anyone even cared about this game. I want to get my thoughts out. I think sometimes ranting games are good. I still don't like making these kind of videos. Really, I don't, because I want people to, play the game, of course. So, but yeah, I hope you guys see you in the next video.
All right, so there we go. Yeah, let me give you some of my thoughts here. First off, like I said, I didn't think I'd disagree with much Chris had to say there, and I don't. The big thing I'll say is, like, this game, like any live service game, requires updates. The updates have been slower. The balance patches have been worse. There isn't as much new content, and in general, it's just, I could understand my keys just dropped for no reason. I could understand someone just kind of going like, yeah, I'll open it when new things are going on. In fact, if you look at my YouTube channel, like around Dragon Dust Up, the start of it, there was a lot of excitement because there's new stuff going on, even though it's not that new of a concept, right? If you look at Dragon Dust Up, what is this? Like, what is the Dragon Festival? Literally, the Dragon Carnival. Excuse me, Dragon Carnival, Full Bros Battle Dragon Dust Up Challenge. If you look at this, it is playing with Pokemon we already have, doing little challenges, and playing a quick match game mode. It's not that big of an update, but people are excited about it. People were excited to check it out. And even an update like this, even an update like Full Burst Battle, Dragon Dust Up Challenge, EX Plus Alpha Remastered Edition, got people excited about it. The fact is, the game needs new content. That's what it needs. It needs new content. It needs, if you're going to do balance, yes, it needs better balance. It needs the kind of balance where you look at Spragels, that mode is so boring. That's my point, Joanne. That's my point. Yes, you're making my point. This is not a crazy, exciting game mode, and people were still excited about it, right? It's fun, but it's not like a new mode with 2 new Pokemon and a new map and new character. Like, what I'm saying is, even in a mode without that much going on with it, people were excited to check it out. That's what I'm trying to say. It's a live game. It needs more content. It needs content, period. It needs the Pokemon to be released faster, period. Like, you have to do these things. You have to release a Pokemon about every month, maybe month and a half, like about every 5 weeks. You need a balance patch in between. You need the game to live and breathe. New stuff. Like when Chris was talking about emblems, new held items, new. You have to open the game and have new things to do every time you open it. And right around the corner, your new favorite Pokemon is coming to the game. Period. Like, as far like the chat's like, I literally only play because of Jake and Chris. That's very kind. If we left the game, it would die. That's also kind. But let's face it. I love Chris. I think, and if you don't know Chris, I'm sure you do. But if you don't know Chris, you should definitely check out Chris Heroes. He's the best. I love Chris. I think he makes great content. I think I make great stuff. It's irrelevant. We are content creators inside of an ecosystem that we do well when the game is doing well, and we can make things more exciting. Like, content creators can make things more exciting. I think we all had a lot of fun with the Full Burst Battle Dragon Dust Up Challenge. It's the longest, dumbest name ever. But it doesn't change what happens in the game. It doesn't change whether or not you're playing the game. It doesn't. You might like stick around longer because you like the community, you like the creators. There are games that I don't play as much anymore, but I'll still like watch some of the creators and stuff. But without question, for the game to live, the game has to update. It has to bring new things, and it has to keep people interested with stuff to check out in the game. Check it out, as they say. Period. That's it. Like that, I wish it was more complex than that. I wish it was like, oh, draft. Like, maybe draft hurt it a little bit because the game got more competitive and it like you got rid of some less serious players, right? But the truth is, live service games live and die based on their updates. Pokemon Unite, for the first time since everyone has been making videos about is Pokemon Unite dying, for the first time ever, the game is actually declining. For the first time ever, there's actually a noticeable, at least in the content side, there's a noticeable decline. And it's because we just don't have new cool things. It's simple, it's easy. It like you could try to like gus it up with like a bunch of different like this is going on, that's going on. It's not that any of it's wrong. It's not that you couldn't make ranked make more sense, all of that. It's just very, very simple. It's a live service game. It needs content, period. The game's been dying since Mewtwo Y came out, but that's not true. It's Jake. If you look at viewership, if you look at player base, all of that, it's not true that it's Mewtwo Y. Mewtwo Y was a high point, but it popped again around Pokemon Day. It pops around newness. Like, I don't think people get it. Like, people will just say things that are like, I know it feels a certain way, but it's not true. It's not true. Like, the game it had a really big spike a little while back, and it was actually doing pretty good for a long time after Mewtwo Y. I think they completely screwed up Mewtwo Y. I've talked about this a bunch of times. I think they completely screwed up Mewtwo Y, and I'm so disappointed with how they handled one of the most exciting points in the game. Mewtwo X and Y. Mewtwo Y! But I'm with Chris in that I think the game could be doing a lot better. I think there's hope. The hope is they finish China, do whatever they're doing with China, and then they work on the game. Either way, I'm a lot like him in that I'll be playing a violin as the Titanic sinks with Unite one way or another. I think the game has every opportunity to come back, and it has every opportunity to fail. Never in the history of Unite has it been so underwhelming and it's because of its update schedule. Period. End of story. There's nothing else about it. There's not enough good balance changes. There are not enough new Pokemon. There's not enough newness. Chris is, I think, pretty much everything he said in the video is right. They need to update their game. Period. Period. All right, I've been rambling for a while on this. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I love you. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks, everyone, for being here live. We did it.